So I want to talk about just how easy this gets to be, guys. You've been reading my posts and you've been listening to me. Some of you I work with, but I was just having a talk with my husband about some subjects, and um, excuse me, I was talking about just how easy this is, and let me just tell you how to go about this, about manifesting. So, what I tell everybody that I work with, I'm like, you are so powerful. You are a powerful creator that all you have to do is say the things that you want to happen as if it is fact right now. And all you have to do is say it. You can think it too, but I'm a verbal person, so it's like I say it. So you just have to say it. You don't have to believe it. You just have to say it because you're so powerful. And the more that you say it, and this is over the course of a little bit of time, it could be over the course of whatever, it doesn't matter how much time. You just keep saying this, and we're just going to call it a story. So you just keep saying the story. You can say it daily. You can, talk to your spouse about it. You can just, this new story of whatever it is that you want to have happen. And what will happen is your reality, what you experience in this 3D reality, will shift. It reflects back what your stories are, all of your stories, like everything that you are talking and thinking and ruminating about all day long. That's what you're creating. So when you create this new story, this new thing that you want, you just keep saying it. I'm not saying say it 1,000 times a day. I'm not saying that. You can in the beginning. You can do that. What I'm saying is, and I'll give you an example, and I've wrote a post about this like last week, and it's just, it boggles my mind when I continue to experience it more and more. And I'll tell you exactly what it is and what I and how this works. So you tell the new story, and soon enough, your reality reflects it back to you. So think of your reality as a mirror. Everything is coming from you and what you're thinking and feeling and basically doing or being, right? And so your reality reflects it back to you. So that new story, you're going to start getting evidence of it in your 3D. And when you start noticing that evidence, what do you naturally do? You notice it. You pay attention to it. You start talking about it. And so you'll tell say just your spouse, if you're married, sorry, if you are, So you tell your spouse, I'm like, oh my God, I'm seeing it now. Like, here's some evidence, right? So you're talking about it. You have your attention on it. You're talking about it. You're excited about it. You're reacting to it, right? What does that cause? It causes it to be even more. So the more you see it, the more you keep reacting to it, right? And we're talking about a good story here. So the more that you see it, the more you react to it. And then you're going to see it more because you're reacting to it. You're like, oh my God, I see it. And it's happening. Oh my gosh, right? And then because of that reaction, you're going to see more of it. And then you see more of it, and then you see it again, and then you react to it again. See how this works? And then it just becomes your normal life because you've made it reflect. So most of us, if you're listening to this, it's all of us, right? It's just humans. We all do this. What we've been doing most of our lives is is that exact thing, but with negative things. So what we've done in the past was talk about the things we do not want to happen. We keep talking about it, worrying about it, ruminating about this thing that we don't want to happen. And then guess what? It happens because we focused on it. So then it happens, and then we pay attention to it, and then we have a reaction, negative, fear, worry, more of it, right? And then we create more things like it. We've been doing it all along. This is why I've been saying we have been manifesting all along. That's the cycle that we've been doing. So now that you know this, this is how simple manifesting gets to be. Okay? Create new stories of the things that you want to experience and keep talking about them. Daydream about them, visualize them, affirm them, whatever you want to do. And soon your reflection will show it. Like the 3D reality will show it. And then you're like, oh my gosh, right? You get excited. And then you're creating more of it. And then that more happens and you're like, oh my God, it's happening again. Oh my gosh. So my example, I showed you guys the example last week of that we've been saying, my husband and I have been saying for years that it's affordable to live in California, right? And I'm probably the only person other than, and even millionaires and billionaires, they talk smack about California, right? They all do it. So it's not, it wasn't from the beginning. It wasn't because I've got millions of dollars in my accounts. That's not the reason why I say that it's affordable. I'm saying it's affordable because I did not start my journey to move to California 6 years ago or whatever it was, thinking that California was expensive, because I know better. I've been doing this work for a very long time. And what I know not to do is say something is expensive, especially something that I want. So over the course of time of planning to move here, we kept comparing things between Arizona and California. And we kept seeing, like, over and over and over and over and over, things, a lot of things were more in Arizona, which I don't think anyone believes me, but it's true. In my reality, right? We all have our separate realities and we see what we think is true. So that's why everybody has a different account for things, right? We all have different beliefs because our beliefs are based upon essentially what we have seen, based upon what we thought was going to happen or what we were taught that was going to be. So over the course of time, I kept comparing. So I kept saying, oh my gosh, it's cheaper in California. This is cheaper. That's cheaper. You know, last year I got the price of gas to be cheaper in San Francisco than it was in Phoenix. And I was just like in shock. Like I was in shock that I created that reality. And so it keeps happening. And for me to keep talking about it only helps my reality to get cheaper to live in California. And so what that does, when you keep creating this story that you want to see, you as the powerful creator, you are creating circumstances to support what you're saying. So what that looks like when I say it's so affordable for us to live in California is we get discounted everything. We get free things all the time. We get discounted things. We get price reductions. We get cheaper rent. We find places that nobody else has found to live. Our rent ends up being a lot cheaper than a lot of other people, and it's better. There's endless. And listen to my story, though. Listen to how I'm saying this. Like, this only benefits me to talk about this. So I talk about it all the time. Different things that I want more, I talk about it. As a coach, I get to talk about it all day long with clients, which is it just creates a better reality. So it's just, there was another encounter tonight that I was doing some things online, and I was saving an enormous amount of money. And it's something that I do quite often, but the website was acting differently. And it was like, you saved $600. And typically it would be 70. I'm not even kidding. Typically it would be like, you saved $70. This time it was, you saved $600. And I saw the breakdown. I'm like, I have never seen this before. And it just kept doing that. And I'm like, I've never seen this before. And I'm like, well, I know exactly why. Because manifestation is not logical. Nothing is logical. Like, this is not logic. Like, we have to let our logical side of our mind, our brain, go away because it's not serving us at all. So you get to create the stories. So in the manifesting zone, my membership, right? I created this membership to help people um, understand that that your thoughts are so powerful, that all your thoughts have potential to manifest, and that it's really about your thoughts and your stories about everything that you have a story about. The story of like, oh, if I leave the house at 7 a.m., I'm going to hit a lot of traffic. But if I leave the house at 6:55, these are stories. You're so powerful that you're creating it all. So what you need to do is create the stories that are going to benefit your life. And then, of course, we go into self-concept because that's just everything as well. Anyway, so I just wanted to add that because the stories, we talk about that all the time. Like my clients know that Heather's going to say, create a new story, tell a new story. This is Abraham Hicks, right? Tell a new story, because that's all there is. So tell the story of how you want it to be. And soon enough, the more that you tell that story, even if it's just within yourself, because it doesn't matter, just tell yourself the new story every day. Soon enough, when you start seeing things start changing in your reality, you react to that. React to it. When it's good, react. When it's not the things that you want to see, don't react, because you're just going to get more of it. But that's how we're manifesting, guys. That's as simple as it can be, or simple as it is. I have a lot of clients that come to me that have gone through the ringer with manifestation and belief systems and all of this craziness. And so part of my job is to help them understand that all of that is just, everything's your creation. And right now you get to choose a new story. You get to choose a new reality right now in this moment. You're so powerful. So I think that's what I'm going to share with you tonight. Yes. So if you're listening to this, put it in the comments section of what you're going to change the story of. Like, what is your new story? Whatever it is. So like, it can be like that you are so wealthy now, or you're so rich, or your business is flourishing. Yeah. My next recording, I'm going to talk about social media, because I could talk about that right now, but I don't want to keep, making these so long. I want these, to be enough for you to listen to them. So because it's just momentum. So let's talk about momentum of thought in our next recording. I'm going to do that right now. And then I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you.